For some celebs, pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up bobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm
Yes, my peoples, man. Big up the whole Metric community. Big up everyone inside. You know, man's always here for you lot. You get me? You know, when the big dogs speak, I always get the videos for you properly, all the Man United bits, and we get into it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, Ben Jacobs has come out and spoken. I'm going to play the video, and we're going to get straight into it. This video is from Talksport. It's not my video. It's from Talksport. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go on Talksport and watch the video, okay? So, yeah, let's get straight into it, and then we're going to break it all down and speak about it. Let's go, my peoples.
Sesko, we're getting updates. He wants United. No, he wants Newcastle. Let's get grounded for a second and get your take on it. What is your understanding on this transfer and everything around it?
Yeah, my understanding is that Manchester United had held internal conversations to whittle down a shortlist that had 3 leading names on it. Maybe the last time we spoke, in Ollie Watkins, Benjamin Sesko and Nicholas Jackson. About 7 days ago, they decided that Jackson doesn't look feasible. And I think the only thing that would change that is if Chelsea come calling for Alejandro Garnacho, which is not beyond the realms of possibility, but also that Jackson price drops and significantly. So nothing active there. And that leaves 2, Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins. Last week, again, talks were held with the Watkins side and with Aston Villa, even though some Villa sources tried to downplay it. And Manchester United asked the question and were told 60 million and a Villa preference to keep. So now, if Villa got a replacement or that price was to drop, Manchester United might go in that direction. Otherwise, Benjamin Sesko is still on the radar. Remember, 12 months ago, Manchester United made a pitch. Sesko decided to stay at Leipzig. Arsenal and Chelsea were there at that point. Now the Sesko deal is going to come down to whether the price drops, because Leipzig still want in excess of 80 million euros. Manchester United's valuation is much closer to 70 million euros. And as you say, there's also this possibility that Newcastle get that deal over the line too. And if Manchester United want Sesko, they're going to have to be quicker than for Ollie Watkins, because Newcastle are advanced on the player side. They're in club-to-club talks. They're ready to bid. Manchester United is still having an internal debate and conversation. And as a consequence, that outreach for both Watkins and Sesko is still formative. But I get the impression this is a big week in the pursuit of a number 9, because if it's Sesko, Manchester United are going to have to get moving. If we hear a bit of a lull, it probably means they're looking for proven Premier League experience and they genuinely believe that Watkins might become available. But right now, there's more clarity to the picture. Sesko and Watkins are the 2 names that Manchester United are actively working on.
Ben, is Watkins, we're hearing the name float around a bit. How credible is this? How advanced are these talks? Is this actually a possibility? Is it on the table that Man United have an opportunity to sign Ollie Watkins, or at least in for him? Concrete?
It's concrete for sure. They held initial talks last week. It all kind of depends on Aston Villa. First of all, they'd have to find a replacement. Second of all, the valuation would need to be met. My understanding is that Watkins is very open to Manchester United, but Villa will have a big say in all of this. And we have to respect the position as of now, which is that Ollie Watkins isn't for sale. But you may remember Alexander Isak has not been for sale for basically the last 6 months. And at the end of the window, is he going to stay or go? We don't know. The door is certainly open for Liverpool. It's the same kind of situation where if the stars align and Villa either have their valuation met or alternatively bring in a replacement, not for sale might not mean not for sale. And I think Manchester United are still relatively optimistic that at the right number and with the right set of circumstances, Watkins may become a concrete possibility. They just have to be a little bit patient, potentially. Some sources, even close to Villa, hint that an offer in excess of 50 million rather than 60 might stand a realistic chance as well, especially if the player drives a move away in any capacity. So Watkins and Manchester United remains one to watch. And it's fascinating debate, because if they're looking for long-term value, if they're leaning on the experience and view of Christopher Vivell, who knows Sesko very well, they're going to go down the route of a big outlay for a longer-term investment. But if we look at Brian Mbumo, Matheus Cunha, and now Watkins, they're 3 proven Premier League players that can make an instant impact. And it may be that they pivot, because I sense Ruben Amorim is saying, let's just get players for the now. Let's find players that can instantly have an impact. Let's get in starters who have proven statistical, consistent records, meaning if those three combine, and remember, Watkins already has a pre-existing relationship with Mbeumo as well, you can get that instant return to catapult Manchester United from close to the relegation zone to hopefully back into a Champions League spot. So I think this is the debate ongoing at the moment. It's very healthy. You need the freedom to challenge. I think Christopher Vivell is forward planning and saying Sesko is our future. And I think Ruben Amorim is saying fine at the right price, but there's an urgency, and Watkins is the more instant fix.
Yeah, that is quite the dilemma, to be fair. I know I'm going to bring you in here, actually, who we might be able to bring in down the line. Now a name that's becoming a bit more concrete, a rumour that's becoming a bit more concrete, is my boy Alejandro Garnacho. We know we back him every other week. But being linked to Chelsea. So it looks like Chelsea, I know that they've got other deals bubbling along as well, but this is starting to get a little bit more serious, is it?
Yeah, I think it's been serious all summer. And from Chelsea's point of view, they're working at the moment on Xavi Simons and also the defender Jorel Hato. And it looks like both of those Dutch players are going to come in. But just because Xavi joins, it doesn't mean there's not room for one more. And the reason for that is because Xavi's viewed as a number 10, albeit versatile, and can float out either to the left or the right. But then if you look at the left wing situation at Chelsea, Jadon Sancho was returned, another player that Manchester United want to sell.
Let's get grounded for a second and get your take on it. What is your understanding on this transfer and everything around it?
Yeah, my understanding is that Manchester United had held internal conversations to whittle down a shortlist that had three leading names on it. Maybe the last time we spoke, in Ollie Watkins, Benjamin Sesko and Nicholas Jackson. About 7 days ago, they decided that Jackson doesn't look feasible. And I think the only thing that would change that is if Chelsea come calling for Alejandro Garnacho, which is not beyond the realms of possibility, but also that Jackson price drops and significantly. So nothing active there. And that leaves two, Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins. Last week, again, talks were held with the Watkins side and with Aston Villa, even though some Villa sources tried to downplay it. And Manchester United asked the question and were told 60 million and a Villa preference to keep. So now, if Villa got a replacement or that price was to drop, Manchester United might go in that direction. Otherwise, Benjamin Sesko is still on the radar. Remember, 12 months ago, Manchester United made a pitch. Sesko decided to stay at Leipzig. Arsenal and Chelsea were there at that point. Now the Sesko deal is going to come down to whether the price drops, because Leipzig still want in excess of 80 million euros. Manchester United's valuation is much closer to 70 million euros. And as you say, there's also this possibility that Newcastle get that deal over the line too. And if Manchester United want Sesko, they're going to have to be quicker than for Ollie Watkins, because Newcastle are advanced on the player side. They're in club-to-club talks. They're ready to bid. Manchester United is still having an internal debate and conversation. And as a consequence, that outreach for both Watkins and Sesko is still formative. But I get the impression this is a big week in the pursuit of a number 9, because if it's Sesko, Manchester United are going to have to get moving. If we hear a bit of a lull, it probably means they're looking for proven Premier League experience and they genuinely believe that Watkins might become available. But right now, there's more clarity to the picture. Sesko and Watkins are the two names that Manchester United are actively working on.
Ben, is Watkins, we're hearing the name float around a bit. How credible is this? How advanced are these talks? Is this actually a possibility? Is it on the table that Man United have an opportunity to sign Ollie Watkins, or at least in for him? Concrete?
It's concrete for sure. They held initial talks last week. It all kind of depends on Aston Villa. First of all, they'd have to find a replacement. Second of all, the valuation would need to be met. My understanding is that Watkins is very open to Manchester United, but Villa will have a big say in all of this. And we have to respect the position as of now, which is that Ollie Watkins isn't for sale. But you may remember Alexander Isak has not been for sale for basically the last 6 months. And at the end of the window, is he going to stay or go? We don't know. The door is certainly open for Liverpool. It's the same kind of situation where if the stars align and Villa either have their valuation met or alternatively bring in a replacement, not for sale might not mean not for sale. And I think Manchester United are still relatively optimistic that at the right number and with the right set of circumstances, Watkins may become a concrete possibility. They just have to be a little bit patient, potentially. Some sources, even close to Villa, hint that an offer in excess of 50 million rather than 60 might stand a realistic chance as well, especially if the player drives a move away in any capacity. So Watkins and Manchester United remains one to watch. And it's fascinating debate, because if they're looking for long-term value, if they're leaning on the experience and view of Christopher Vivell, who knows Sesko very well, they're going to go down the route of a big outlay for a longer-term investment. But if we look at Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, and now Watkins, they're three proven Premier League players that can make an instant impact. And it may be that they pivot, because I sense Ruben Amorim is saying, let's just get players for the now. Let's find players that can instantly have an impact. Let's get in starters who have proven statistical, consistent records, meaning if those three combine, and remember, Watkins already has a pre-existing relationship with Mbeumo as well, you can get that instant return to catapult Manchester United from close to the relegation zone to hopefully back into a Champions League spot. So I think this is the debate ongoing at the moment. It's very healthy. You need the freedom to challenge. I think Christopher Vivell is forward planning and saying Sesko is our future. And I think Ruben Amorim is saying fine at the right price, but there's an urgency, and Watkins is the more instant fix.
Yeah, that is quite the dilemma, to be fair. I know I'm going to bring you in here, actually, who we might be able to bring in down the line. Now a name that's becoming a bit more concrete, a rumour that's becoming a bit more concrete, is my boy Alejandro Garnacho. We know we are back him every other week. But being linked to Chelsea. So it looks like Chelsea, I know that they've got other deals bubbling along as well. But this is starting to get a little bit more serious, is it?
Yeah, I think it's been serious all summer. And from Chelsea's point of view, they're working at the moment on Xavi Simons and also the defender Jorel Hato. And it looks like both of those Dutch players are going to come in. But just because Xavi joins, it doesn't mean there's not room for one more. And the reason for that is because Xavi's viewed as a number 10, albeit versatile, and can float out either to the left or the right. But then if you look at the left wing situation at Chelsea, Jadon Sancho was returned, another player that Manchester United want to sell. Mikhailo Mudryk can't play at the moment. Tyreek George may be loaned out. And Giovanni Quenda, another left winger, doesn't join from Sporting until summer 2026. So even though Jamie Gittins has arrived, it might be Xavi and a player like Alejandro Garnacho. And this is where Garnacho is waiting, because he's open to Chelsea, and more broadly, he wants to stay in the Premier League. So gone are the days of Napoli coming in, at least for now, nothing active there. Villa is also a possibility, but Garnacho would welcome a move to Chelsea. And that's why the door isn't 100% shut on Nicholas Jackson, just 99% right now, and certainly not something that Manchester United think is likely or they're working on. But could there be a situation where if Chelsea come calling for Garnacho, Manchester United, if they don't have Sesko or Watkins, then at least inquire as to whether the Jackson price has dropped? I wouldn't rule it out, but it's just not deemed by sources as likely at the moment. But a straight deal for Garnacho to go to Chelsea, possible, maybe even a double loan. I don't think we should rule out a loan with a buy option for either club. Again, if Manchester United can't get the other two strikers, do they say Jackson's too expensive, let's do it with a loan and a buy option? And do Chelsea say, if we've got Quenda coming in a year, let's do Garnacho on a loan with a buy option? These things are hypothetical for now, but keep an eye on Garnacho to Chelsea, and more broadly Garnacho to the Premier League. That's the player's preference. And now Manchester United are hoping that an exit can be facilitated quickly, because that's the...
With that being said, I know your time is precious, Ben. Just very quickly, because there'll be Inside Devils viewers that really want me to ask this before I let you go. There's some alarm bell positions, goalkeeper. Some people think midfielder, like myself. Anything there? Any developments in those areas at all?
So Kobbie Mainoo, Manchester United are calm about. I know we've heard some suggestions that Tottenham are going to enter that race. I still think Mainoo wants to stay at Manchester United. Manchester United want Mainoo to sign a new deal. Casemiro, they might be open to offers to, because it gets the wage off the books. They've looked at budget options in midfield like Wilfred and Didi. Not necessarily names that would overly excite the fan base, but again, proven Premier League experience, and he has a 9 million relegation release clause. So if they add a midfielder, could be a young name or maybe someone with Premier League experience at the opposite end of the extreme, but much cheaper than the kind of attackers they're going for. And then regarding goalkeeper, if they stick to their original plan, it will be a young number 2. That's where Lammens comes in, as we revealed on Talksport, and talks there are ongoing. Then they tried a loan offer at the other extreme for Emi Martinez. If they go down that route, it means they've changed their mind, and instead of bringing in a young goalkeeper to compete with Onana over time, they want a defined number 1, and that's where Emi Martinez and talks have been ongoing. Villa won't sanction a loan. That was a very audacious and speculative bid. But there is a possibility that Manchester United, in talking over Watkins, also continue discussions over Emi Martinez. The challenge there is he's got 3 years left on his contract, so the asking price is kind of 35 to 40 million, unless it drops significantly or there becomes an option somehow for like a loan with a buy option or an obligation. I think Manchester United will have to walk away. So Emi Martinez is not looking too likely at the moment, but the interest is genuine, and Lammens is open to a move. And it wouldn't surprise me, after all of the clamour and noise around established replacements for Onana, if they actually stick to their original plan and bring in a young goalkeeper. And that's where Lammens is still the one to watch.
So these times I'm muted the whole time. I went mad. But big up my boy Lammens. Big up my boy Lammens. You heard what he said about Lammens. Do you get it? It's still on with Lammens. I'm sitting there all muted. I didn't even know. But yeah. Big up. Love for that though. Love for that. Everyone letting me know. Lammens, that's my guy. You see this keeper here? Different. Yeah? He's got the most saves in the world. He's prevented the most goals. He's different. Big up the boy Lammens, man. We should do something sensible for once and just go and get a keeper that's doing his thing at this time. He's in his prime. So big up the boy Lammens. We have to get him, man. He's 13 to 17 millions. He's prevented the most goals. He's just different. And he's 22. He's the Gea region right now. So let's just do something smart for once and just go and get the boy Lammens. Simple as that. Instead of doing all these games. We've got Bayern there and Onana. I'm tired of them, bro. So now that we're linked with someone that's actually got some good potential and he's doing what he needs to do now, we don't have to wait. And I don't even think the Prem proven thing needs to matter when it comes to goalkeepers, because it's the same goal and everything in every country is the same. The goals are the same. The box is the same size. It doesn't matter. So this is the boy Lammens. For those that don't know, that middle article there is for every goalkeeper in the world. All your favorite goalkeepers, he's better than all of them right now. If we're going off just stats alone, he's preventing the most goals. He's not conceding. He's just doing loads. And we're in for him. We're still in for him. We've been in for him for a minute, to be honest, but we're still in for him. So big up that. So let's get into what Ben Jacobs was saying. He's talking about Ollie Watkins. Obviously, it all came out yesterday. It went mad yesterday, and all the stuff about Sesko and Watkins. It's going to be one or the other. There are two targets. Lowie Woodwell brought the news. Everyone was talking about it. There were sources saying that obviously Man United are confident that Sesko will pick us. So we don't know who we're going to go for. Sesko's a bit more pricier. Watkins is only 45 million is what we're saying. They're saying he wants 60. This guy's 29. We're not going to pay 60 million. That's not happening, bro. So this is what's going on. So obviously Ben Jacobs, with all of that he's just said, this is it more or less is broken down. Watkins is open. He wants to come to Old Trafford. Who doesn't want to come to Old Trafford? He wants to come to the theatre, and 50 million might stand a chance. Obviously, they're saying 60. They want 60 for him right now. But 50 might stand a chance. 50, I think that's a bit too much. If it's with add-ons included, 45 million plus 5, then that's not the worst. But I'm not on this. You go out there and pay 50 million and 5 million add-ons. That's mad for Watkins right now. Sesko, 65 million should do it. But remember, with Sesko, you see, what's his name? Newcastle are saying right now, we'll give you a blank check. Anything you want, just tell us. We'll pay it, and we'll pay Leipzig whatever they want. So I can't see us going for Sesko because of that price. We're going to want the price to go down a little bit or something. Newcastle are saying, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? We will pay anything right now. So that's the situation. So Watkins is open. 50 million might stand a chance. And then he goes on to say, if Man United want Sesko, they're going to have to be quicker for Ollie Watkins because Newcastle are advanced on the player side. They're in club-to-club talks. They're ready to bid. I get the impression this is a big week for the pursuit of a number 9 because if it's Sesko moving, if it's Sesko, Man United are going to have to get moving. So listen to this. What's going on is Newcastle are advanced. They've been chatting to Sesko before us. And they've said to him, we will give you anything you want. Just give us the green light. And we'll give you anything we want and we'll just move on from there. But they've been rejected so much times that they're not even taking a chance now. They're trying to wrap it up on the player side first because the amount of times they've gone to clubs and gone to bid and then they've just been rejected. They've had enough. They said, you know what? We're gonna do things a different way now. So they're trying to get Sesko wrapped up already so that he gives them the yes. As soon as Sesko says yes, straight away they're gonna bid for him and it's done. But this is their rejection archive. Look at this. Every single person on this list rejected him, apart from the goalkeeper James Trafford, because they just bidded for him and he said, "I'm going to City." So he technically did reject them as well, to be honest. But this is why they're trying to do things different because it's too mad for them. They've had one of the worst windows for a team that's in the Champions League. They've probably had the worst window. We've been rejected by Delap. Don't get twisted, and probably Gyökeres. We're not in the Champions League. We finished 15th. They been in the Champions League as peak. So they're trying to do things different. So Sesko seems like he's more advanced with them, but you got to remember something. What's Sesko waiting for then? If Sesko wants Newcastle, they've offered him everything. They've said, yo, we'll give you what you want. What's he waiting for? He would have just took it on the spot and he'll be there now. And you got to remember, if he's on like 50, 60K, he could just turn around and say, and they could say to him, 130K tomorrow, just sign the contract. We're sitting there, we got to get the money first, we got to sell players, blah, blah, blah. It's a long thing. But obviously it seems like he's waiting for something. Why is he waiting? So he might be waiting for us. And then obviously he talks about Lammens, what I just spoke about after last week. He ended it on the boy Fabrizio's come out as well and spoke. And he basically said Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes. They're on this blank check thing. Anything you want, just take it, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what they're on. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes. They know the condition of the deal, so they won't even need to negotiate with Leipzig. Newcastle started working on this one last week, so Newcastle are ready at any moment for Sesko. So whatever Leipzig wants, they'll pay it. Whatever Sesko wants, they'll pay it. So obviously they're in a bit of a position. We're going to negotiate. We're not going to go there and get bumped. This guy's he's 21 or something. We're probably going to say, yo, you need to fit into our wage structure. They're saying we'll pay whatever for you. Man United keep working on the Sesko deal, in contact with people close to the player, ready to speak also to Leipzig. So they're still working on the Sesko deal. We're working on it, but they're more advanced, as you can see. They're more advanced, bro, and they're on some blank check thing. And you remember, they can't even go there and try and negotiate anyway because you're about to smash the world record in the Prem. 130 million or whatever it's going to be for Isaac. So Leipzig know that. You're trying to replace Isaac right now. So, bro, we're not dropping no price. We want the most P's we can get out of you. So that's not going to happen. And then obviously he goes on to talk about Garnacho. It's still a Chelsea option. It's still a possibility being discussed internally at Chelsea. It's still a possibility they consider for the month of August. Obviously, when it comes to like the deadline day for Garnacho, this is not directly linked to Xavi Simons. So I was always told that Xavi's a hot topic and Garnacho is separate. So they're trying to get Xavi Simons and Garnacho. I don't know what Chelsea is planning for with all of these wingers, mate. But they're really trying to go bananas. For Chelsea, it's quite clear. First step, go for Xavi Simons. Negotiations advance with Leipzig. And then second step, consider Garnacho as an opportunity for the final weeks. So they still want Garnacho as well. But I'm going to stick on the Sesko stuff for now. Because Sesko and Watkins, this is the main thing that we're talking about. Who's going to be our striker? We know that we want a striker next. That's the only thing that we're going for next. Everyone keeps talking about goalkeeper and midfielder. We'll link for them as well, but next is striker. That's what we're going for. We're going for the goals. That's what's going on. When Man United deal striker, tell me they Ben. I don't know what you mean by that. Watkins gang. One thing about the Metric community, I've realised a lot of people are split. Half of the people want Sesko, half of the people want Watkins. It's proper splitting it. No Sesko, please, bro. Ben Jacobs the goal. Please let me get Benjamin Sesko. Watkins is too old. Bro, this is the same thing we said about Harry Kane, bro. We said the same thing about Harry Kane. We had Højlund there. We had Harry Kane. We said Harry Kane's too old. He went to Bayern, smashed the record, and now we're trying to sell Højlund. It's mad. So I hear it. Yeah, I had to get rid of him. Don't worry about that, G, man. I got rid of him. He got put on a timeout. He went mad with them comments there. We need Sesko. Metric community. Everyone hit the like. Let's get Mets to at least 60 today. Let's also get Mets subs up. GGMU. Come on, J Bands, man. JB Stacks. I said J Bands. JB Stacks. Big up yourself. Metric community. Bro, I can't hear. Yeah, love for that, man. ICO, John Wayne. Love for that, bro. Let him man know. Because I was getting mad that minute there as well. Met, who do you prefer? Sesko or Watkins? See me, I would prefer Watkins because I'm just on this let's score goals now. I'm on this now thing. I don't want to wait a few years, etc. And that's what it might be with Sesko. It might be we got to sit down and wait, give him a year or two. He needs to adapt. He's young, all of that stuff. Same thing that happened with Højlund. We said Højlund's going to be here for 10 years. We're trying to sell him 2 years later. I don't want it to be Sesko, and that's a risk. It's potential it could happen. With Watkins, this geezer scored 16 league goals in the last 3 seasons. 16 league goals in a Prem. That's consistency. Not a lot of people can do that. 16 league goals in these last 3 seasons in the Prem. That's not easy, bro. So that's what I'm on. I'm on this. You know what? Let's just I see what they're doing, innit? They're going for Prem proven players right now. And Mbeumo and Cunha, 170 million on both, 130 million on both of them. They could have went out there and done a mad rebuild with bare little kids and that. But the fact that they're going with this, what they're going with, and they're saying we need to go for players that are ready right now, it just shows that that's what they're on. So I think they're going to go for Watkins anyway. I think that's who we want. You get it? And if you look at this, look at that. Look at the top scorers list, bro. We've got Watkins in there, Cunha and Mbeumo. So they turned around and said, bro, we need goals so bad, we're just going to go to the top scorers sheet for last season and just grab 3 players out there one time. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't mind. If Sesko turns up, I don't mind. I'll back him regardless. But I think we're doing this thing Prem proven where we've shown them. Mbeumo, Cunha, they could come and flop. They could come Man United and still flop, but it's a less of a risk than getting someone from abroad. And that's what we've been doing. Antony's, Højlunds, all these guys that come from abroad, and we want to get rid of them now. It's crazy. Yo, gang, Colo, main focus, selling players, yeah. But if Sesko wants Newcastle, what's he waiting for? Exactly. That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I said. Look at what Fabrizio's saying. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes. They know the conditions of a deal, so they don't even have to negotiate with Leipzig. Whatever Leipzig wants, here you go, mate. Take it. And Leipzig ain't going to take nothing under them anyway, because they're going to say, you're about to smash the world record, 130 million. You've got money for days, bro. What are you talking about coming there trying to negotiate? So Newcastle started working on this one last week. So Newcastle are ready at any moment for Sesko. They've already spoke to the player. They're offering him whatever he wants. They're offering him whatever he wants. They're offering Leipzig whatever they want. What's Sesko waiting for? This is what I'm saying. And remember, we've had these reports coming out every day saying different things, saying that Sesko prefers Man United. Remember, Christopher Vavel, who's our recruitment, he's our recruitment, whatever. And he's saying, and they're saying that they're linked up with him. So he's good with their camp. So he knows a bit about them. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. Why is he waiting? What's he waiting for? You're getting a blank check. What are you really waiting for? It doesn't really make sense. But everything that's come out has said he prefers Man United over Newcastle. Do you understand? So I don't know. But if they're offering you some money, I don't know. So that's the article there. That's Rob Dawson, who is reliable for ESPN. And he said the same thing. Man United are confident Benjamin Sesko will pick United if we press ahead with Leipzig, which Fabrizio is saying now that we're kind of ready to press ahead and talk to Leipzig. Ready to speak to also Leipzig, so they're still working on Sesko deal. So we're ready to speak to Leipzig now. This came out from Leipzig journalists the other day. Look at the date at the bottom, 27th. These journalists are from Leipzig. So this is their main journalists. And they said Man United and Newcastle are both registered their interest for Sesko. Benjamin Sesko would rather move to Man United than Newcastle. He doesn't even want to go there, apparently. So that's coming from Rob Dawson, that we're confident that we will snatch him, and a Leipzig journalist saying the same thing. What is going on? But I don't know if we've got the money. This is the thing. If we had the money, everyone would have bidded by now, and it's just, yo, where do you want to go? But because we don't got the money, it's like Newcastle are more in the lead, but it's up to Sesko. I don't know why Sesko's taking so long if they're already there. I'm streaming live from Uganda, but Man United is delaying the deal for a striker because we need a serious striker who's an upgrade of Ramming and Hoyland. I don't think they're delaying the deal. They've put out who they want. They want Sesko, they want Watkins. Aston Villa saying they want 60 million. We're not going to pay that, or he's not for sale. Sesko, Newcastle in the race. We don't know what's going on with that one. We literally don't know. It's just everyone just saying, Fabrizio saying, everyone's just saying the same stuff, really. It's just Newcastle are more ahead of us, but Sesko's waiting. So what's he waiting for? Is he waiting for what we're going to offer him? I don't know, man. It's a weird one. But Newcastle, I told you that they've been getting rejected left, right, and centre. That they're going slow with people now. That they're trying to just do all the due diligence. Because they would have already bidded for him. If they weren't PTSD'd off with this whole window, they would have bidded for him already. Big up yourself, Neil, man. Big up yourself. Sesko is our answers. A lot of people rate Sesko, you know. Watkins want him. I did watch play next to before I sold him to Brentford. You know, to play at a high level. Buy them both. You can't buy them both, big man. That's not happening. That's not happening. Even with sales, it's not happening. It's not happening. Unless Hoyland goes and, we get some money from somewhere, like Garnacho. If Garnacho goes, our rebuild can start tomorrow, bro. We can get every position we need. But for now, it's a bit peak. But I reckon he's waiting for us. But we don't have the funds. We don't have the capabilities, bro. We don't have the funds. That's what it is. He's waiting for us, but we don't have the funds. It's been reported. He wants us. But we just don't have the Maguires. That's all it is, man. So Watkins might be the guy. Watkins, obviously, there were stats come out yesterday that he fits Ruben Amorim's style a bit more because he makes the most runs in behind in the whole league. He makes the most runs in behind. So that might be why they're going for him. And remember, we ain't spoke to Leipzig yet about Sesko, but we spoke to Villa about Watkins. Remember that, guys. We spoke to Villa about Watkins, but we ain't spoke to Leipzig yet. But we're due to. That's what Fabrizio's saying that we're due to. This is the stuff about yesterday that they're obviously talking about us. Look, so your club missed out on Arsenal's Victor Gyökeres. Who could they sign? They're talking about us. Let's be real. And it shows who runs in behind the attack the most, and it's Watkins. So you can see why we're going for a minute. You can see. But I don't know who we're going to go for, man. I reckon we want Watkins to just keep it Prem proven. But then Vivel, like it was said yesterday, is pushing for Sesko because he's part of the whole Red Bull stuff. He used to be part of them. So he understands all the gems over there. He wanted us to get Ekitike. Now he wants us to get Sesko. So it's one or the other. It's going to be one or the other. Watkins, they're saying he's not for sale, but what Ben Jacobs just said, if you saw the video, he said, not for sale in football doesn't mean not for sale. Take it with a pinch of salt. Not for sale in football does not mean it's not for sale. Luis Diaz was not for sale. Bayern went there twice. They said he's not for sale. And Barcelona went there twice. They said he's not for sale. And he's gone to Bayern Munich now. Isaac has been not for sale. And he's not for sale doesn't mean anything, mate. So they're saying he's not for sale. All they're basically saying is just bring us a lot of money if you want him to go. Because remember, it's always been Watkins and Duran. Duran went to Saudi, then it was Watkins and Rashford. And Rashford was starting over him sometimes, to be honest. But Rashford's come back to us and gone Barca. So they've got no one beside Watkins. So they're trying to say, give us 60 million. They're trying to bump us, basically. Like, yo, you've got to pay over the top. But if Watkins pushes, if it comes out, Watkins wants to leave or he wants to go United, it's done. That's what it is. That's what we're waiting for. But I don't know if he's going to do that. Some of these guys are professional. But look at what Mbeumo done. He just made it known my preference is to go to Man United. So if Watkins does something like this, like, he wants to go. Obviously, it's coming out that he's open, but it needs to be said he wants to go to United. If it comes out he wants to go to United, deal done. It's done. So we'll see what's going on, man. Like I said, Newcastle is ahead of us. So just take it with a pinch of salt. We're not leading this race with Sesko. I know a lot of you lot rate Sesko, but Watkins, there's no one in that race. It's just us and them. Literally. Us and them. So yeah, the Sesko battle. But remember, we might be able to get my man for 45 million. This is why Watkins' thing is looking kind of mad as well. There's a battle ongoing with Sesko, blah, blah, blah. This Sesko thing is jarring, man. Like I said, I wouldn't mind. If we end up with Sesko, I'm cool with it. I'm not going to complain. But I just don't see us going and spending that money after what the same thing that happened with what's that geezer called? Højlund. It's like it scarred everyone. So I get everyone's little argument about it. Some people be like, nah, man, Højlund, the same thing, blah, blah, blah. But I think Sesko's a better player than Højlund. And we've showed the stats. He's definitely better than him. And this is what Laurie Whitwell said yesterday about the price. He said, Man United believe a deal for Ollie Watkins could be done for 40 to 45 million pounds, while Benjamin Sesko could be around 69 to 78. So remember, even Leipzig probably ain't going to want to sell to us because they're going to say, unless you meet what we want, say they want 78 million. Bro, we're not going to sit there and do 78 million. That's crazy. That's too high for us. But Newcastle are saying we'll pay whatever. And Newcastle are selling Isaac. So they're going to know they've got money. This is what I'm saying. It's a bit mad, man. We're in a mad position with Sesko anyway. With Watkins, I reckon we could get Watkins. But this is what was said yesterday. It was from Laurie Whitwell, who is very reliable for United News. And he just said, Martinez is a myth. Forget about him. Let's stop talking about him. Lammens is the guy now. That's why Ben Jacob just spoke about Lammens. He said, Martinez, forget about him. We want a mobile midfielder. Anana's not going nowhere because no one wants him and he's injured. And if Bayern leaves, that's the only way we get a goalkeeper right now. So we're not even going for a goalkeeper until Bayern leaves. So hopefully someone can come for Bayern. I can't see who. But as soon as Bayern goes, straight away, we should be able to get Lammens. It's 13 to 17 million. Come on. Garnacho's waiting for Chelsea, still waiting for them. Højlund's future's in doubt. Even like no matter, people are watching these preseason games and getting gassed. Big man, his season's in doubt regardless. Plenty of interest in Antony. Nothing's advanced yet. I showed you the teams: Atletico Madrid, Betis, Saudi. There's a few clubs in for him. Sancho's interest from Italy. Juventus wanted him for time, and then Ornstein come out and shut it down and said, "Bro, forget all that. What you lot seen about Juventus and Sancho is not true." So that's what Laurie Whitwell came out and said yesterday. He shut the whole thing down. Let me speak about Garnacho again. Garnacho, obviously, Fabrizio's come out and said he's going to be an option for the last bit of the window. And this is everything that's come out about Garnacho within the last 2 days. Laurie Whitwell's come out yesterday and said various clubs are interested in Garnacho, but he's waiting on Chelsea. He only wants Chelsea. But Chelsea are saying Chelsea want to come for him at the end of the window. So they want to get him for the low. They're not even saying, let's go for him now. They want to come for him at the end of the window on a cheap thing. This is what's going on with Garnacho. And then obviously, Matt Law, who is a Chelsea journalist, he only briefs for Chelsea. He's saying the same thing. Xavi Simons ain't going to stop Garnacho. So that's the shit with Garnacho today. United by cheaper. How's Rasmussen top 10? Because that's just making runs. That's just making runs. That's not him doing anything good. He makes the runs because obviously the longer you train with Ruben and whatnot, you're going to know you have to make the runs, innit? But that's why I think he's top 10. But I don't think he's making the runs and he's not even holding up the ball. He's got a trampoline foot. So this is what we're talking about. This list at the end, this is what matches what Ruben wants his attacker to do, his striker. He wants him to make runs in behind. Watkins tops that list. Højlund is 10th or whatever he is. So he makes the runs, but even that 10th is not. Is it even all that? He makes the runs, but he doesn't. He's got a trampoline foot, or he's wrestling with them. He gets roughed up, whatever. It doesn't work, regardless, anyway. So yeah, did I see Chelsea pay Garnacho? Yeah. Let me get into that. So this is this is the more news that's come out. Look at this. Let's just go straight to the last one for now. Chelsea value Nicholas Jackson at 80 million and Garnacho at 30 million. I'm sure that's meant to be the other way. I'm sure that is meant to be the other way. Garnacho is meant to be at least 70 million, 60 because of his age and his potential. And Jackson should be 30, 40 million. That's crazy, right? But let's get into the rest of the stuff anyway. It says Apenda, who plays for, does he play for Leipzig as well? Does he play with Leipzig, innit? I swear Apenda plays for Leipzig. Is it Apenda that plays for Leipzig with Sesko? Yeah, man. Apenda plays for Leipzig. So Apenda is a target for Aston Villa, but Aston Villa must sell Watkins before making a move for an attacking player. I think they want to sell him because you got to remember, Emery was playing Rashford over him. Emery was playing Rashford. Watkins was on the bench loads of times. I'm like, rah, my man's not rating him, man. So I don't think Emery wants Watkins. But they're obviously putting out he's not for sale. 60 million is what if you want to come, you got to pay basically the top end of that scale. So I don't even think they want him. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see. But they want a Apenda apparently. So this is what's come out today from Sasha, that they want a Apenda. That's a top target for them. Aston Villa must sell Watkins before making a move for an attacker. So what's that being said? You're basically letting us know you need to sell before you buy. And they got mad PSR problems. So maybe we go there, we give them 45 plus 5, like Laurie Whitwell said, 45 million. And then we get Watkins and they can move on and go and get who they really want. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But they want Apenda. Apenda plays for Leipzig. He's all right as well. He's a baller. I like him. But he's more of a false 9 type of player as well. But yeah, that is crazy though, isn't it? 30 million for Garnacho. If Garnacho played in any other league, he'll be worth 70 million. If he played for Leipzig right now, Garnacho, because the way he's moving and his potential, he'll be 70 million. Because he's in the Prem and he's in a Man United team that is 15th, they're just taking the piss. And we can't sell well anyway. We don't sell good. That's why they're taking the piss out of us like that. 30 million is what they think. But to be honest, this Miguel Delaney guy just chats a lot of shit as well. So take him with a pinch of salt. But apparently 30 million and they want 80 million for Jackson. They've gone mad. And then obviously we've got Man United are the favourites to sign Donnarumma. Discussions have taken place between the players' entourage and the club in recent hours. The Donnarumma thing's been heating up for a minute now. I don't know how true it is. This is when we were linked with him before. The 28th, Donnarumma is heading towards a departure for PSG. Man United are interested, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I don't know, man. But we were linked with him before. We've been linked with him a couple of times. But I've been hearing from the reliable sources, Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, and that. They've been saying Lammens, this geezer here, the young one, 23 years old. He's cold. Yeah? That's who we need to go and get. We need to stop with all of this, going to spend mad money on people, give them mad wages. Donnarumma's on like 200k a week, I think. He won the Champions League. Like, can we even afford Dookie right now? I don't even know. Obviously, he's got 1 year left, but I don't know, man. I don't know. 30 million. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Oh, United still need a goalkeeper, 100%. And it's been reported by loads of people. Ben Jacobs said it today. Ornstein said it. Fabrizio said it. We want a goalkeeper, midfielder, and striker, but striker is top. We need goals. We haven't gone scoring like 50 goals in like the last 3 seasons or something. Something stupid. So, I don't know. 73 million is what Leipzig won. Yeah, 90 million euros or something like that. 79, I think it was at first. Why should we pay 45 for Watkins, who's almost 40, 30? Pay for the Sesko period, right age, right talent. Bro, man are doing the same thing, Webby. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you why the argument exists here with the Sesko thing, yeah? Watkins gives us goals now. Watkins gives us goals. People keep saying he's nearly 30. What's Harry Kane doing in the Bundesliga? Because we said the same thing. Harry Kane is 30. Why are we doing that? Rare. Bro, we done the same thing. We picked Højlund over Harry Kane because we sat there and said he's nearly 30, yeah. And we want to sell Højlund now. Majority of this chat are bored. Everybody wants to sell Højlund. So what are we doing here? So this is why I understand why people are a bit, I don't know about it type of thing. They're a bit skeptical because, bro, like it's the same thing over and over again. Do you understand? So if we get Sesko, how is Højlund gonna learn of Sesko? They're the same age. This is what I'm saying. Watkins can still give us like a 3-4 years. That's why I don't mind. Either way, I'm cool. But brother, 16 goals minimum in the last 3 seasons. A lot of people can't do that in the Premier, man. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people haven't done that. This is what I'm trying to say. He's got a good record. He scores goals. He does miss a lot of chances too, but he scores goals. So I think the almost 30 thing is rubbish. Get him 45 million, 3 years. He's almost 30, so he's 29 then, yeah? All right, cool. 3 years, he gets to about 32, then you get someone else, the new guy that's going to be the guy. Or maybe Højlund could have learnt something off him, and then he could score goals then. But to get someone the same age as Højlund, to say, yeah, you go and teach Højlund how to play, it doesn't make no sense, bro. I don't think it makes sense. And it could be a risk. We might have to give Sesko a whole year. This kid's only scored 13 goals. We don't want Watkins, he's trash out the box. Trash out the box, he's like Jackson. Y'all like him because he's English. This transfer is done will cost Amrin his job. Get Sesko, we went to win big things. Not settle. What the hell has Sesko won? And how much goals has Sesko scored? You lot are talking as if Sesko is done what Gyökeres has done in the Portuguese league or something, bruv. This is what I'm saying. You lot are moving like Sesko comes, that's it, we win the league. Man said we're going to win big things. What is it? I don't get this, bro. Like, I put a report out, I showed you the other day, that Laurie Whitwell said about Sesko. He said, listen, he didn't rip up his league. This is why United are not really rating him to the max, like, because he didn't rip up his league like that. He didn't go crazy. Since then, the price has dropped, so now we're looking at him. But man are talking about we're going to win leagues and all that if we get Sesko. Like, bro, how long are we going to wait for this geezer till we can kick in and then we start winning these leagues? Because the geezer only scored 13 goals, mate, in the Bundesliga. So what are we going to say? What are we going to expect from him in the Prem? If you're doing that in the Bundesliga, 13 only, what do we want from him in the Prem then? What would you say is accessible? Would make sense. If Chelsea value Jackson at 80, they must be valued their starters at 1. Crazy. This is what I'm saying. Miguel Delaney is a bit dodgy though, but yeah, that is a bit mad. Going to buy any new shirt. I've ordered white shirt, other shirt later. Did not get from United. I might get the thing one. See the one that I put in here? Look, the one that Mbeumo's got here. I might get that one. I don't really like the white shirt like that. It's calm, but I don't really like it. So I might get this shirt still. I'm not going to get the... I feel like the home shirt is too similar to the last season one. And I got last season's one. So I might not get last season's one. See me, I like the training tracksuits anyway. I don't really get the shirts too much anymore. But if I'm going to get one, I'll probably get this one. Just to have for this season. You know, like that. And it's distinctive. Like, you're not going to have a shirt like this again. So I might get this one still. But yeah, man, let me get back to the Watkins and Sesko thing. Look at that. Man, I'm saying we're going to win leagues with Sesko. The guy scored 13 goals. United need a keeper, midfield, and 2 strikers. Sorry, Højlund. This is what I'm saying. Højlund's got to go. How Chelsea's valuation works. Own players worth double, right? Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's mad. Age is nonsense. Harry Kane scoring goals for fun in the German league. So I'm saying we didn't want Harry Kane. Whoever decided to bring, at the end of the day, Sesko, all we need is good performance and goal. Sylvester, exactly. Whoever comes, man's backing, regardless. They want to bring Sesko in, I'm backing him. But what I'm saying is I understand people that are saying it's long. You're taking a risk right now. It's too much. Some people can do potential. Liverpool can go and get Ekitike and pay 90 million euros because they just won the league. They just won the league with a normal team. They just added on, all right, come off the bench and make it. If he goes 10 games without scoring, Ekitike, but their normal team is scoring and winning games, no one ain't going to care. If Sesko comes to Man United, you have to start scoring goals, bro. You can't be missing chances. We need him to score goals. We need him to hit the ground running. We can't be sitting there and saying what happened with Xerxes last season. He come in August, he was rubbish till just January. We all thought he was going to go out on loan, and then turned around in the end and he brought it back and he switched it up. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, bruv, man. We need that, bruv. This is what we need. This guy's just chatting shit. We need someone that's going to hit the ground running. If Sesko comes and he scores 10 goals in the whole season, everyone's going to say he's a flop. We're going to need this guy to hit the ground running. He only scored 13. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Obviously, Watkins could be a risk as well. Watkins can come and flop. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyone can flop, but it's about minimizing the risk. He's been doing it in the Prem. He scored 16 league goals in the last 3 seasons. He scores goals. And he's doing it in the Prem already. We don't need to give him a time to adapt, learn the English and understand his team. Like, bro, you're here now. Do you know what I'm saying? You're in the same league. You understand how fast it is already, etc. AP, what you saying, my brother? You good? United shopping in Lidl, Liverpool dining at Harrods, Glazers. Yeah, the Glazers, man. You know the thing. I don't know about Amrin, dead man walking though. But I know what you're saying. It is looking a bit spooky the way we're shopping because of the Glazers. The Glazers don't care about the club. We've known that forever. I want whatever you're smoking. If you think we're going to win the league, we are years away. Exactly. This is what I'm thinking. Man saying we're going to win the league if we get Sesko. That's crazy. What? Like, you've gone mad. The geezer scored 13 goals in 33 games. And we're sitting there saying, if we get him, we'll win the league. That's mental, bro. He basically went 3. What's that? He scored 1 out of 3. 13 and 33. You like him because he's foreign. Last time I checked Manchester and England, 1 word. I don't know about that, bro. Who's foreign? Oh, you're talking about my man? I don't know about that. bro, I want any player, bro. I don't care where they're from. England, Switzerland, Bulgaria. As long as you come and you can do what you need to do, that's it. You understand? That's all I want. Sesko 15, 20 goals if we sign him. That's what I'm saying. But that's us hoping potential. Do you get it? With Watkins, he scores 15 goals minimum every season. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, all right, we know it. So we will have more pressure on Watkins to score goals than Sesko. If you know what I'm trying to say. If Watkins goes 5 games, the first 5 games are toughest games, right? We got Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Fulham away, etc. If Watkins comes and he goes 5 games, doesn't score a goal, everyone's onto him. What's going on with this bum? Because he's known to score goals. He's in the league already. He scores goals. If Sesko comes and doesn't score anything in the first 5 games, some people, I'll give him time. It's all right. He's only 21. You see what I'm saying to you? And Ruben hasn't got that time. That's why he's getting Prem proven now. He's saying, bro, I need to win games now. If I'm in the second half of the table by December, I'm walking, mate. He ain't got time like that. All we want is players scoring goals straight away. Exactly. Mount. What do you mean, Mount AP? Mark don't want talking about man. Luke Shaw was saying he thinks Man United will win the league. They're going to say these things though, innit? But he's probably talking about in time, not right now. In time, we'll probably win the league. And they're going to say these things. That's what we got to work towards. We got to show that we... remember, as a player, you got to say what you want the fans to hear, innit? You got to say we're ready. There are no stragglers involved anymore. I think he was saying as well, he's probably sending a shot at the Freedom 5. You know what I'm saying? Sesko is unproven and it's a risk. Like Hoyland's a risk. I would take Vardy over Watkins. That's mad. Mark, you're moving mad. You're trolling. No, we didn't, Martin. Luke Shaw's, you're moving mad. You're moving mad. What he's smoking thing, United going to win the league. No chance. I don't know what he's talking about. Let me show you what he's talking about. United will win the league if Sesko comes. Where is the skeezer that said that? Let me show everyone who said that. Is he still here or did I get rid of him? I might have got rid of him because he was trolling. But yeah, geezer coming in saying, if we get Sesko, we're going to win the league. The geezer scored 13 goals. Like in the Bundesliga. Imagine in the Prem now, the pressure. We need the guy to hit the ground running. This is what I'm saying. It's scary. I see 2 points from the first 5 games. Amrin will be under massive pressure. I see it still, but I don't know, man. I don't think the first 5 games is that hard. Please, is Sesko deal really advancing in United's favour at this moment? Bello, I don't think it is. Let me show you what's going on with the Sesko deal. Fabrizio's come out and said Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes. They're going to pay whatever. They give you a blank check right now. So they will pay whatever it takes, Newcastle. They'll give Sesko whatever he wants. Sesko, whatever you want, we'll give it to you. Leipzig, whatever you want, we'll give it to you. So they'll pay 80, 90 million for him right now. Anything they want, Fabrizio was saying, they don't even need to negotiate with Leipzig. You're not even negotiating. Negotiating is Leipzig say a price. We think a price in our head. Let's negotiate about it. They're saying we're not even doing that. We will pay you whatever. Because you got to remember something as well. Leipzig know they're about to get the world record for Isaac. This is their player to replace Isaac. So they're about to have 130 million. They've got money for days. Do you understand? So they're going to set a price and say we want 80 million or something, 85, and just sit there. And they're ready to pay whatever. And it's getting briefed by Fabrizio, so they want it to be out. But Man United keep working on the Sesko deal in contact with people close to the player and are ready to speak to Leipzig also. But look at that. We're going to speak to Leipzig and try and negotiate. What do you not want? 85? Come on, man. 72, man, or something. Oh, 70. Leipzig's going to say no because Newcastle's there and they're saying 85. They'll pay it. So I think we've got no chance in the Sesko deal. I'm being real. I think we've got no chance because Newcastle are paying whatever they want. Obviously, it's up to Sesko at the end of the day who he wants to go to. But let's just say we can't match what Leipzig want. Say Leipzig are saying we want 85 million for Sesko. Newcastle are saying we will match that bid now. And we're saying we're only willing to pay 65 or 70. Then it's Teki. And Sesko, I think he wants to go. He's got a champ. Remember, you're going to have 2 clubs telling you they're about to change your wages, bro. He's probably on like 50K or something a week. And there's 2 clubs saying we'll give you 150 now. Just sign this contract tomorrow and you'll be on 150 as soon as you sign it. 100 grand more a week. Come on, bro. He's going to want to go to one of them. So if we can't match the bid that Newcastle's willing to do, and they're willing to pay anything, it's a myth. You know what I mean? It's a big call saying we're going to win the league next season. Shaw wants to leave. Who hell would buy him? Luke Shaw doesn't want to leave though. Neil. Nothing's come out saying Shaw wants to leave. It's not been no certified links that said that, Neil. Luke Shaw should learn to the future before talking about it. Yeah, it's true. Bruno will say that. Fair enough. Luke Shaw is true. It's true. Luke Shaw wants the team. Luke Shaw costs United a lot, knowing fully well how talented this is, but he hates working hard, man. Yeah, I think he lives in the medical room. If we get Watkins top 5, it's pretty much secured, but Bruno midfield pivot might cost us games. Just hope Amram also benches Onana for Lammens. If not, it's a long season. Yeah, we need to get Lammens through the door first, innit? Missed the video, can you play it? I'll play it at the end. Don't worry, man. United. You always miss the videos these days. I'll play it at the end, though. You know my team. To be fair, Kai Havertz has consistently scored 8-9 goals. Maybe we can trust Bundesliga goal prediction. Bro, Kai Havertz hasn't been in Bundesliga for about six years or something. You're not forgetting he went to Chelsea. He went to Chelsea and flopped. And he went to Arsenal and they still needed a striker. So what are we talking about? Nkunku come from the Bundesliga. What's happened with him? Nkunku, he's terrible. Like, so man's not sitting there saying the Bundesliga is like everyone's going to flop. Havertz, Haaland come and he's hit the ground running. But man just saying, we're not at a position right now to take any risk. With having Højlund up front and him missing all them chances, we need goals now. So I'm happy with Sesko coming. I'm happy with him coming. I don't mind. With Mbeumo and Cunha behind him, I don't mind. But I just don't think we're going to match what they're saying. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes. They're not even going to go negotiate, bro. Imagine that. Imagine you sitting there and saying, imagine someone telling you, whatever you want for that TV, I will pay it. I don't care. You're selling your TV, whatever you want. And you sit there and you're going, wow, I can sell it for £1,000. I can sell it for £1,500. I can sell it for £2,000. They're saying, whatever you want, we'll pay it. They're not even sitting there saying, nah, that's a bit too high, or no, anything you want. And the fact that I know I know that you've won the lottery by selling Isaac. I know you're gonna have 130 million. I'm not gonna budge because I know you've got the money. So that's what's going on there. And then Ben Jacobs, obviously, I've got a video and I played it, and this is what he broke down and basically said. He said Watkins is very open to Manchester United. Remember, with Watkins, there's no race. Villa were trying to say he's not for sale. But then reports are come that they want Apenda. Apenda plays with Sesko, but they can't go for Apenda until they get money. And Lammens is our number one target now. Sesko, I pay 65, no more. This is what I'm saying. But Newcastle's trying to pay whatever nil. This is what's killing us. Shaw said we won't leave on other United fan channel. What fan channel is that? Let me know what channel it is and I'll get it and I'll bring the video here so everyone can see it now. But I don't think that's true. It would have been aggregated 100 times. I hear it. It may be a blessing in disguise if Castle take it off us. I kind of like Sesko now. Like, I've watched a few about him. I like him, but I just don't think we're going to go for him. I'm being real. And if you look at the goal scoring sheet here, it just shows what we're on. Prem proven. We need goals. Go and nick free players that can score goals, mate. Mbeumo, Cunha, Watkins. See you later. A man's talking about we're going to win the league with Sesko. This geezer scored 13 goals. We're not winning no league. Not interested in 70 million plus. We'll finish. But the TV wants to pick the customer. That's true. It's Sesko, isn't it? We've got to see who wants to pick. But you know what it is though? I can't pronounce your name, yeah. But Jet, I'll say Jet. You know what it is? It's I know he's interested in us because what's he waiting for? Look at what Fabrizio says. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever. They've already started working on Sesko and they've already gave him the project. They've already spoke to him. So they're ready to go. They just need Sesko's thumbs up. As soon as Sesko goes, yep, make the bid, it's done. But he's chilling. And my man's saying, yeah, we got to give it a week or something or whatever. Like, why? He's chilling. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Jacobs has said, if Man United want Sesko, they're going to have to be quicker. Because Newcastle are advanced on the player side and they're ready. They're in club-to-club talks. They're ready to bid. They're ready to bid now. I get the impression this is a big week for the pursuit of the number 9. Because if it's Sesko, Man United are going to have to get moving. So we're kind of playing catch-up. But remember, it's up to Sesko at the end of the day who wants to come to us. Showed you the reports already. Most of the reports that are from kind of good journalists have come out and said Sesko would rather join United than Newcastle. But bro, when money's involved and they're offering you Champions League and more money, it just seems like he might go there, innit? That's what I think he's going to do. So as you can see from this report here, from Rob Dawson, the first article, sources say Man United are confident that Benjamin Sesko would pick us over Newcastle. And remember, we got Vivell. Vivell used to be part of that whole system, that Red Bull thing. So he's still good with their camp. He knows them. He chats to them. So yeah, we think that he will definitely come to us. But it's if we're going to match their bid. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we have the Leipzig journalist. This is 2 Leipzig journalists. They put out briefs for them. And they're saying, we're both in for him, but Sesko would rather move to Man United than Newcastle. If he could choose freely, he would clearly favour a move to Manchester despite not playing in Champions League. So I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know. And Mbeumo also has chemistry. Watkins already, and Watkins assists as much as he scores. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So it's a weird one, man. Like I said, either one. It's not like one player is totally rubbish. It's not like we're sitting here and we're going Sesko or Jackson or Watkins or Jackson. I don't mind either one. You get it? I'm cool with either one coming. When you get Watkins, I'm cool. I feel like we're going to score more goals as soon as. If we get Sesko, it might take a little time, but because you've got someone like Mbeumo there, Mbeumo had the most crosses in the league, for those that don't know. The most crosses in the league. So it will help someone like Mbeumo and Sesko different. Shut down, we come spending 70. Lucky don't want Sesko. For those that don't know Lucky, he hates Sesko. He wants Prem proven only. Yeah, he's not on this. He's not on this Sesko hype. As much as Sesko is a striker, he has similar playing style like Cunha. Watkins 2-3 years to build up. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. Apparently he comes to the ball a lot as well, like Xerxes. He's not really trying to get on the end of the cross and that. Apparently, like he's always out of the box, coming to the ball. But that's just how he was played at Leipzig. I don't know if that's the same way he will play at United. But he's not like a box striker where he's getting at the end of the crosses, etc. And yeah, someone did say that Watkins has got a lot of assists. If you look at his assists, 14 assists last season in all 8 in the Prem. So in the Prem last season, he literally got 24 goals and assists. 13 assists the season before that, 7 before that. Look at Sesko. Sesko got 6 last season in all, 5 in the Bundesliga, 2 the season before that, 3, 2. So he don't really assist that much. But yeah, he's more of he's going to score a goal, innit? He's going to be the one to score the goals. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a good argument. It's good that United are still in the picture for both. That's what I'm saying, Milton. Same thing. Watkins in the box and Cunha with Mbeumo supplying along with Bruno should be it. Proper diamond up front. A lot of people are rating Watkins. A lot of people are rating Sesko. It's proper split on there still. But like I said to you lot, I think Mbeumo is a good player where he'll suit both anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But Mbeumo, as you can see, this geezer's got the most crosses in the league, the most expected assists in the league. This is the Premier League stats. Expected assist. So someone like Sesko or Watkins that scores goals, that's another man it's just nice. We've got Bruno created the most chances. We've got Mbeumo, Bruno. It's all rhyming now. It's crazy. So this is what I'm saying, man. It's going to be good. And remember, my man's got 3rd in sprints. So the counter-attacks are going to be heavy. Watkins is a bit more fast, I will say. So it could go off, man. But we'll see, man. It's all there to see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, the Sesko thing is going bananas. It's going to be Sesko Watkins. Watkins' price has kind of dropped to 50. They've let it be known 50 million will get him. So is it 45 plus 5 or is it 50 plus 5? I don't know, bro. But that's the situation with that. We need to speed up if we really want Sesko, because Newcastle are more in the lead. And Lammens, the talks are still ongoing. My guy, Lammens. And then we got Newcastle are ready to pay whatever to Leipzig. So that just shows that they're in the lead. And they were sitting there complaining that we're giving wages out too crazy for Mbeumo, even though Mbeumo's only on 150. but they're going to give them a blank check and just say, yeah, whatever you want, just write it on the paper. Garnacho, Chelsea are still in for Garnacho, and they end for him, even if they go for Xavi Simons, which later says here. Laurie Whitwell goes and says Garnacho, Chelsea wants Garnacho, and he is waiting for Chelsea. So Garnacho only wants Chelsea, but there's other clubs that want him. And then obviously Fabrizio said both Garnacho and Simons, there's a concrete opportunity that both of them go Chelsea. And then Matt Law, who was a Chelsea journalist, said the same thing. They will still want Garnacho. And then obviously today, we've had this rumour come out yesterday, at night. But yeah, so Chelsea value Garnacho at 30 million, but they value Jackson at 80 million, which is absurd. It's crazy. It should be the other way around. Donnarumma, we was in talks with Donnarumma a lot. There was bare little rumours about us being in talks with Donnarumma. Apparently, we're the favourites to sign him now. These are all the chats about Donnarumma that's been happening recently, because obviously PSG are going for someone else now. They're going for Chevalier. So Donnarumma's got 1 year left in his contract, so he's getting linked to the whole world. I don't know if he's trying to get a new contract or what, but he's linked with everyone. So I don't know. We'll see. He's linked with us now. Apparently, we're in for him. We're the favourites to sign him. I don't know how true this is. All the solidified reporters are saying that it's Lammens. Lammens is the number one. That's who we want. So I don't know, man. I don't know how true it is. So that's the stuff about Donnarumma. And then obviously we've got Apenda, who also plays for Leipzig. I'm sure he plays for Leipzig. Oh, am I buzzing? Does Apenda play for Leipzig? I'm sure he does. Does he not play with Sesko? Apenda, Leipzig. Yeah, man, I knew that, man. I went mad. Yeah, Apenda plays for Leipzig as well. The same team as Sesko. And Villa want him. Villa want Apenda. So, but Villa ain't got no money right now. If you look at Villa, I think they're the only team that hasn't spent like that. They bought one player. I think he was a young kid or something, 18-year-old. They ain't got no money. They sold their women's team to themselves, FFP. Their thing is peak right now. So they need to sell Watkins to buy Apenda. And I think Emery wants Watkins gone. Because when they got Rashford was playing more games than Apenda. Rashford was playing more games than Apenda. Then Watkins. Watkins was on the bench for a lot of the games Rashford was starting. So I think he doesn't rate him, Watkins. So I think they want to get rid of Watkins, but they're briefing he's not for sale, so we can come and pay the maddest price ever. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. So they want Apenda. That's come out today. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we got more news about this. Juventus will keep working on Randall, Colo, Moani deal. As player wants Juve. Nothing about us. And the only reason I'm bringing this in and showing you that is because the Italian media is one of the worst medias in the world, mate. I tell you that all the time. They link us to everybody. Man United could sign Randall, Colo, Moani. Look at that, 28th, 2 days ago. 2 days ago as well, Gazzetta. Man United have entered the race for Colo Moani. Fabrizio's come out today, nothing. He's close to Juventus. He was at Juventus on a loan. He went back to his club, PSG, and then now he's going to Juventus. Hayden Hackney. How much content creators have you not seen linking us to Hayden Hackney? I keep telling you that every day we're not linked with this guy. But 15 million is a good though. That's cheap for him. For him to only go Ipswich. Ipswich have basically bidded 15 million and it's been accepted. But now it's up to him if he wants to go there. So I don't know. I know Everton were in for him apparently and other teams, but everyone kept linking us to Hayden Hackney. And I kept telling, man, we're not in for these guys, bro. We're not in for him. So that's what's going on. Let's see. Tomorrow. So is it tonight then? So what? We're playing Villa tonight, right? Not Villa, Bournemouth. Is that tonight at 2:30? It says tomorrow. So that's tonight, technically, innit? This is all the guys. I'm on tour. Big up them. Obviously, we're still on tour. We got Bournemouth 2:30, and yeah, so we got Bournemouth at 2:30 tonight, which is crazy. 2:30 in the morning tonight. That's crazy. And then I don't know if I want to watch it or not, because it's so late. We got that, and then obviously we got Everton on the 3rd of August. So that's in about 3-4 days. So yeah, that's the games left. Big up the guys. And Boomo ain't gonna play tonight. So don't sit there and wait for him and think we're gonna get a debut. He's still not up to scratch yet. because obviously he came a bit late. By the time he come to United, he wasn't training with Brentford as a norm. He was just training by himself to stay fit, but not fit enough where you play with a team. So yeah, and Mbumo's going to be not playing today. For those that are going to look out for him and think, yeah, he's going to be here. He's not going to be there. But yeah, but he's going to be ready for the Everton game. So big up the guys, man. They're going to go out there again today. We saw what we watched the last game against West Ham. But let me tell you something. Bournemouth is a different team. They're pressing machines. So they're a different team. Let's be ready for them. And hopefully we can do the thing over there. Because if we press the life out of Bournemouth, then I can see something. Something is coming with this team here, 100%. So let's see what happens, man. Hopefully the guys can come true. Let me get a few of these and then boom. Watkins. We need that supply from the wings, which we hadn't since Valencia. Yeah, Ahmad with Ahmad there, it might happen. With the boy Ahmad. And Dorgu's been well as well. Sure, leave, all paper talk. I told you, bro. I told you the Shaw thing might not be true, bruv. It would have been everywhere. If he came out and said that would be viral. Both are good fit for the team, so any is okay, as long as we don't end up losing all. Yeah, it's true, talent. Exactly. I don't mind either one, man. Sesko or my man. Amran should focus on coaching and managing. No more interviews, paying of guys a joke. I don't think the interviews, he's got a choice, to be honest. And he is coaching. We saw what we done against West Ham. He's trying, innit? So yeah, I see what side you're on. I see you don't like him, whatever. Cool. Just give him the seat. He's not going nowhere till back December. So there's no point keep talking about this guy. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? You keep talking about him negative and all that. Like, what is the point? What's that going to do for us? Seems Newcastle is offering us Pope. I've seen a little report about that, but it's not the best source in the world. So I'll take it with a pinch of salt. Sancho talk died so fast. As soon as Ornstein come out and said the Sancho thing's a myth, I ain't seen one more rumor about that. Chelsea will not get Garnacho for 30 million, maybe 50. 9:30 p.m. kickoff is crazy. It's not is that what country you're in? What country you in, brother? Because 2:30 over here, bro. 2:30 in the morning. Do you understand? So what we talking about? You're talking about that in America. That's where it is. 9:30 kickoff. It's probably in America, and then we're 5 hours in front of them, or whatever it is. Yeah, that will make sense. Bruno, the disappearance. Yeah, you're too negative, big man. You're too negative. Like, one more. Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. This guy is too negative, big man. You can't be coming in there, the metric community. It's not no negative space. You understand? Everyone's in there. We're all on the same vibe. This is the metric community, big man. This ain't your other fan channels where you can come in, move mad, and man's going to be entertaining it, big man. Yeah, you're gone. Safe. Palace want Hackney. Yeah, I've heard about Palace wanting Hackney, but this is what I'm saying. Ipswich have agreed the deal at this time, but it's up to them to convince him. So 15 million is cheap, though. 15 million is cheap. Yeah, I mean FL. What's that? Florida. Yeah. Big up yourself, man. Big up Florida as well, man. 9:30 p.m. What is that? Too late over there, yeah? What's it like usually? What time is it usually? It must be for 5 hours in front, then it's usually even earlier than that, isn't it? When you think about it, like the 12 o'clock kickoffs must be like 6:30 in the morning, 7:30s. And the 2 p.m. kickoffs must be like what? Yeah, like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, and that. It must be mad over there. Joshua Xerxes recovering Mason Mount. Yeah, we'll see, man. Big up the guys, man. And obviously, we got this stuff about Antony. Obviously, he was meant to go. There was talks about a 50 million bid the other day, but what's his name? Fabrizio shut it all down. So any talks about Antony, it's a myth. Fabrizio shut the whole thing down. There's no links about Antony leaving. Obviously, there's links of him leaving. He's got a few teams in for him, but there's nothing solidified that he's going to go. Do you understand? So let me share my screen. Man United, don't worry. I'm going to show you the video in a bit. Let me share my screen and show you that what's come out recently. I'm still going to show you the video as well. Don't worry. But this is what's come out recently whilst we've been on stream. Let me take this off right now. Hold on. About time. I always get to watch in the morning. If we lose a match, the rest of my day drags. Yeah, you're pissed. I just freed it, innit? It's like it wake ups. Yeah. Why can't they make time suitable for us? I want to watch the game, but people have worked. Yeah, but it's, you know what it is? It's because they're in the US. That's all it is. It's a US thing. Any news on Hoyman and Guerrero, both midfielders? We had a bid about Hoyman yesterday. I'll show you in a minute. apparently we had a bid about Heumann. I don't know how true it is though. I don't really believe it. I ain't waiting up to 2:30 exactly. I'm not on that. I got a morning tomorrow. I got things to do tomorrow. You get it? I'll be knackered. So this is what's come out in the last couple of things. Let's see if there's anything United. I see Sunderland's moving crazy out here, bruv. They're making signings galore. Luke Shaw, man, no longer have stragglers. We've seen that one there already. Hayden Hackney. Let me go to United District. Exclusive. So look at this about the boy Lammens. Man United have growing interest in Lammens. With Dibu Martinez, they'll consider complicated. United could wait to sell Antony to Al Nassr in order to raise enough funds to make an offer for Royal Antwerp. Bro, this geezer is 13 to 19 million. If we haven't got no 13 to 19 million, 17 million, sorry, we're finished, bro. Because Antony to Al Nassr, it seems like it's not happening. Antony apparently wants to stay in Europe. This is what I just showed you a lot about Apenda. He wants to go. They want him at Aston Villa, but they need to sell Watkins first. And Watkins' price has dropped. This is what Benjamin Sesko decides. He wants to go to Newcastle. They are ready to pay whatever it takes. They already know the conditions of the deal, so they don't even need to negotiate. Blah, blah, blah. They're just going to give them a blank check, bro. That's it. Like, literally. That's why I think they're in the lead, man. Because they're just going to give them a blank check and we're going to pay whatever. We don't even want to negotiate, big man. We just want him ASAP. Talks are still ongoing. I've showed you that with Ben Jacobs already. And yeah, this is the stupid stuff about Miguel Delaney. This geezer talks a lot of shit. Let me tell you that. So I'll take him with a pinch of salt. I will take this guy with a pinch of salt, mate. I've never seen him break any news in my life. Any news. Miguel Delaney's got the bomber. Never. I've never seen him break anything. So take him with a pinch of salt. Don't get too gassed thinking that he's gonna, like he's the guy. Obviously, there's a Wemo interview as well. He said that he wants to play with Watkins. Look, he's talking about Watkins. He's a complete forward. He knows how to do a lot of things. He can get involved in the play or make runs in behind. He's really good for his teammates because we can use his movements to take up space. He already knows how to combine. This geezer's already talking like we've signed him already. The man's moving like we signed him already, bro. He's talking about him. You know other players, what they will say? They'll say, oh, we can't talk about him yet and blah, blah, blah. Mbumo's moving like we've already signed the geezer. He wants him over it. You understand? Straight away. Why can't they make a suitable... I saw that, innit? Afternoon match. We saying any news today? Yeah, just a Sesko. Ben Jacobs basically came out with a video, which I'm going to play at the end, as I always do, for those that missed it. And he's just, you'll see what he's saying basically about Sesko and Watkins. The prices drop, blah, 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 Garnachos and that. I watch highlights game tomorrow between. Yeah, same. That's what I'm probably going to watch the highlights in the morning. I'm going to wake up, look at my phone, and then hopefully it says Man United won. And then I'll watch the highlights. If we lost, I'll be pissed off. It might even change my mood. Like my man said. It might change my mood still. What did someone ask me as well that I said I'm going to show them as well? Someone else. Heumann. I'm going to show you little stuff about Heumann in a minute as well. But Mbumo is moving like we've signed this geezer already. Like we've signed him already. Watkins, yeah. Good movement. Yep. Moretto. Is that Watkins, Kane? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the video of what's going on, and then I'm going to see if anything else has come out by then. If my man's on live now, Ben Jacobs. So if anything comes out from them that's needed to say, I'll let you lot know. Don't worry, I've got you lot. It's a Ben Jacobs thing anyway. So don't watch nothing. Ipswich trying to agree the fee. This is what I'm saying. We're linked with this geezer for time for no reason. Look, even the Newcastle fans are putting it up. Look, Newcastle are ready to pay whatever Leipzig wants. They're ready to go and pay whatever Sesko wants. This is crazy, bro. Whatever Sesko wants, they're also ready to pay whatever Sesko's agents wants. Oh my gosh. Bro, are you not seeing what's going on here? They are saying we'll pay you lot anything. We've been rejected so much times. We just want. We just need it. We need this geezer as soon as possible. But are you not seeing what's going on there? Are you not understanding what's going on with Sesko? Because people sitting here and saying, let's go for Sesko. Newcastle have been rejected so much times that they are sitting here saying, we will pay anything you want, bro. The agents are going to be pushing Sesko to go there. Sesko is going to be getting a bag. Everyone's going to be happy at the end of the day. And you know why they're going and doing that? Because they've been rejected by everybody. They've got no choice. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Everyone's rejected them. They're saying, you know what? Our new tactic is we're just going to pay every single person in this deal everything that they want. They're not even going to negotiate with Leipzig. They're not even negotiating with Leipzig. They're not even negotiating with Leipzig. They're saying whatever you want, we're paying because we've been rejected by everyone. That your agent, we're going to pay him his bag, we're going to pay the player the bag, and we're going to pay the club. Everyone's happy. What's the highlights game between things sometime tomorrow? Yeah. I only hope with Sesko he was Mbeumo and mentality only exactly nil. That's the only thing. That's the only hope of him. If we don't get that, we're finished, mate. It says it all. This is crazy, bro. Newcastle are ready to go and pay whatever Leipzig wants. They're ready to go and pay whatever Sesko wants. They're also ready to pay whatever Sesko's agents wants. It will be some days until he decides what to do. But the fact that he's even deciding, look, Jonathan, right here, look, in front of you, look. Right in front of you, look. Newcastle want to pay anything for everybody. So the fact that they're even, Sesko's even still deciding, it shows that maybe he wants Man United still. The fact that they still haven't accepted this. Think about it. Money talks, exactly, Wayne. If he wants Man United, he's only going one place. Simple. Yeah, it's true. Madness from Newcastle. It's crazy. And we got a Newcastle fan in here. Comes in at the right time. Look at him, Aiden. Big up yourself, man. He's cool, though. He's cool. Look at that. This is what you lot are doing. And you lot were sitting there complaining about Mbeumo and Cunha, that we're paying too much money for them. We're paying £250 a week, 250k a week, sorry. You lot are willing to pay every single thing for him. And this is what I said anyway. From time they come in with this hype, and Leipzig are going to probably say something high, like 90 million, and they know that Isaac's going to go for the world record. So they're not even going to budge. They're going to know, bruv, you've got the money there, etc. See, United can't compete. Yeah, because that's what they were saying. They were taking the piss, saying that. That's why the skis is making jokes. Look, Newcastle have changed their stance on not paying what anyone wants. Usually not what the selling club wants, not what Newcastle fans want them to pay. So this is very welcome from Newcastle fans' perspective because they've been getting this so much. You get it? They've been getting this so much. So they were going on some smart thing before, only paying certain things. Now, Newcastle approached Sesko last week. If he wanted to join them, it will be public knowledge by now. He's holding out for United. That's what I think. I agree with that one. Because they were complaining. They were saying, they're paying everything. They're paying Mbeumo and Cunha too much money. Now, they're going out there and paying everything they want. Come on, bro. They're ruining the game, mate. They're ruining the game. Come on, Vivel. You know the guys are ready. So that's what I think it is, because we know them. So we let Rashford go for Watkins, the guy that benched him at Villa. Make it make sense. Bro, Rashford had an argument or whatever he had with the manager. So it's not going to happen, is it? And he wanted to go Barca. Is what it is. Of course, Newcastle will cough up all that money. They're desperate. They've been rejected. Exactly. Rejection FC. It's been mad. It's been hard. So now they're just on some, we're just going to give you anything, bruv. We need a player here so much bad. So that's what's going on. Let me show you the news about Højlund before I play the video again, the Ben Jacobs. So those that missed the Ben Jacobs video, I'm going to play that video in a second. Let me just show you what happened about Højlund. This geezer, this is what we were linked. We're linked with him. And this is the only link we are with Højlund. It's this. Apparently we made a bid for him, which I think is bullshit, by the way. Who asked for the Højlund news? Let me show you that. Who asked for the Højlund news again? Any news on Højlund? Nil. Here you go. Apparently, with 50 million bid after Sporting agreed that the Dane can leave this summer. Man United have made a bid of 35 million, blah, blah, blah. He's a target for Juventus. I think that's bullshit. BBC Sport, they've never broke no news in their life. CM.com, I don't know who that is. So apparently this is what happened on the 29th, which was yesterday. So that's the only news on him. It doesn't seem like anything solidified, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to play the Ben Jacobs video anyway. Man United asked for it. And yeah, whoever's missed it, I'm going to play the video now. And then they have sent Benny Blue to pick up Sesko also. Yeah, probably did. They probably did. It's crazy. But I'm going to play the video anyway. Aiden, you got to listen to this. He's talking about Newcastle as well in this video here. So make sure you watch this video. And then I'm going to show you what's come out after that. And Ben Jacobs is doing a video as we speak. So I might update you with what's gone on there as well.
Sesko, we're getting updates. He wants United. No, he wants Newcastle. Let's get grounded for a second and get your take on it. What is your understanding on this transfer and everything around it?
Yeah, my understanding is that Manchester United had held internal conversations to whittle down a shortlist that had 3 leading names on it. Maybe the last time we spoke, in Ollie Watkins, Benjamin Sesko and Nicholas Jackson. About 7 days ago, they decided that Jackson doesn't look feasible. And I think the only thing that would change that is if Chelsea come calling for Alejandro Garnacho, which is not beyond the realms of possibility, but also that Jackson price drops and significantly. So nothing active there. And that leaves 2, Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins. Last week, again, talks were held with the Watkins side and with Aston Villa, even though some Villa sources tried to downplay it. And Manchester United asked the question and were told 60 million and a Villa preference to keep. So now, if Villa got a replacement or that price was to drop, Manchester United might go in that direction. Otherwise, Benjamin Sesko is still on the radar. Remember, 12 months ago, Manchester United made a pitch. Sesko decided to stay at Leipzig. Arsenal and Chelsea were there at that point. Now the Sesko deal is going to come down to whether the price drops, because Leipzig still want in excess of 80 million euros. Manchester United's valuation is much closer to 70 million euros. And as you say, there's also this possibility that Newcastle get that deal over the line too. And if Manchester United want Sesko, they're going to have to be quicker than for Ollie Watkins, because Newcastle are advanced on the player side. They're in club-to-club talks. They're ready to bid. Manchester United is still having an internal debate and conversation. And as a consequence, that outreach for both Watkins and Sesko is still formative. But I get the impression this is a big week in the pursuit of a number 9, because if it's Sesko, Manchester United are going to have to get moving. If we hear a bit of a lull, it probably means they're looking for proven Premier League experience and they genuinely believe that Watkins might become available. But right now, there's more clarity to the picture. Sesko and Watkins are the 2 names that Manchester United are actively working on.
Ben, is Watkins, we're hearing the name float around a bit. How credible is this? How advanced are these talks? Is this actually a possibility? Is it on the table that Man United have an opportunity to sign Ollie Watkins, or at least in for him? Concrete?
It's concrete for sure. They held initial talks last week. It all kind of depends on Aston Villa. First of all, they'd have to find a replacement. Second of all, the valuation would need to be met. My understanding is that Watkins is very open to Manchester United, but Villa will have a big say in all of this. And we have to respect the position as of now, which is that Ollie Watkins isn't for sale. But you may remember Alexander Isak has not been for sale for basically the last 6 months. And at the end of the window, is he going to stay or go? We don't know. The door is certainly open for Liverpool. It's the same kind of situation where if the stars align and Villa either have their valuation met or alternatively bring in a replacement, not for sale might not mean not for sale. And I think Manchester United are still relatively optimistic that at the right number and with the right set of circumstances, Watkins may become a concrete possibility. They just have to be a little bit patient, potentially. Some sources, even close to Villa, hint that an offer in excess of 50 million rather than 60 might stand a realistic chance as well, especially if the player drives a move away in any capacity. So Watkins and Manchester United remains one to watch. And it's fascinating debate, because if they're looking for long-term value, if they're leaning on the experience and view of Christopher Vivell, who knows Sesko very well, they're going to go down the route of a big outlay for a longer-term investment. But if we look at Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, and now Watkins, they're 3 proven Premier League players that can make an instant impact. And it may be that they pivot, because I sense Ruben Amorim is saying, let's just get players for the now. Let's find players that can instantly have an impact. let's get in starters who have proven statistical, consistent records, meaning if those three combine, and remember, Watkins already has a pre-existing relationship with Mbeumo as well. You can get that instant return to catapult Manchester United from close to the relegation zone to hopefully back into a Champions League spot. So I think this is the debate ongoing at the moment. It's very healthy. You need the freedom to challenge. I think Christopher Vivell is forward planning and saying Sesko is our future. And I think Ruben Amorim is saying fine at the right price, but there's an urgency, and Watkins is the more instant fix.
Yeah, that is quite the dilemma, to be fair. I know I'm going to bring you in here, actually, who we might be able to bring in down the line. Now a name that's becoming a bit more concrete, a rumour that's becoming a bit more concrete, is my boy Alejandro Garnacho. We know we are back him every other week. But being linked to Chelsea, so it looks like Chelsea, I know that they've got other deals bubbling along as well, but this is starting to get a little bit more serious, is it?
Yeah, I think it's been serious all summer. And from Chelsea's point of view, they're working at the moment on Xavi Simons and also the defender Jorel Hato. And it looks like both of those Dutch players are going to come in. But just because Xavi joins, it doesn't mean there's not room for one more. And the reason for that is because Xavi's viewed as a number 10, albeit versatile, and can float out either to the left or the right. But then if you look at the left wing situation at Chelsea, Jadon Sancho was returned, another player that Manchester United want to sell. Mikhailo Mudryk can't play at the moment. Tyreek George may be loaned out. And Giovanni Quenda, another left winger, doesn't join from Sporting until summer 2026. So even though Jamie Gittins has arrived, it might be Xavi and a player like Alejandro Garnacho. And this is where Garnacho is waiting because he's open to Chelsea, and more broadly, he wants to stay in the Premier League. So gone are the days of Napoli coming in, at least for now, nothing active there. Villa is also a possibility, but Garnacho would welcome a move to Chelsea. And that's why the door isn't 100% shut on Nicholas Jackson, just 99% right now, and certainly not something that Manchester United think is likely or they're working on. But could there be a situation where if Chelsea come calling for Garnacho, Manchester United, if they don't have Sesko or Watkins, then at least inquire as to whether the Jackson price has dropped? I wouldn't rule it out, but it's just not deemed by sources as likely at the moment. But a straight deal for Garnacho to go to Chelsea, possible, maybe even a double loan. I don't think we should rule out a loan with a buy option for either club. Again, if Manchester United can't get the other two strikers, do they say Jackson's too expensive, let's do it with a loan and a buy option? And do Chelsea say, if we've got Quenda coming in a year, let's do Garnacho on a loan with a buy option? These things are hypothetical for now, but keep an eye on Garnacho to Chelsea and more broadly Garnacho to the Premier League. That's the player's preference. And now Manchester United are hoping that an exit can be facilitated quickly, because that's the...
With that being said, I know your time is precious, Ben. Just very quickly, because there'll be Inside Devils viewers that really want me to ask this before I let you go. There's some alarm bell positions, goalkeeper. Some people think midfielder like myself. Anything there? Any developments in those areas at all?
So Kobbie Mainoo, Manchester United are calm about. I know we've heard some suggestions that Tottenham are going to enter that race. I still think Mainoo wants to stay at Manchester United. Manchester United want Mainoo to sign a new deal. Casemiro, they might be open to offers to, because it gets the wage off the books. They've looked at budget options in midfield like Wilfred and Didi. Not necessarily names that would overly excite the fan base, but again, proven Premier League experience, and he has a 9 million relegation release clause. So if they add a midfielder, could be a young name or maybe someone with Premier League experience at the opposite end of the extreme, but much cheaper than the kind of attackers they're going for. And then regarding goalkeeper, if they stick to their original plan, it will be a young number 2. That's where Sene Lammens comes in, as we revealed on Talksport, and talks there are ongoing. Then they tried a loan offer at the other extreme for Emi Martinez. If they go down that route, it means they've changed their mind, and instead of bringing in a young goalkeeper to compete with Onana over time, they want a defined number 1. And that's where Emi Martinez and talks have been ongoing. Villa won't sanction a loan. That was a very audacious and speculative bid. But there is a possibility that Manchester United, in talking over Watkins, also continue discussions over Emi Martinez. The challenge there is he's got 3 years left on his contract. So the asking price is kind of 35 to 40 million. Unless it drops significantly, or there becomes an option somehow for like a loan with a buy option or an obligation, I think Manchester United will have to walk away. So Emi Martinez is not looking too likely at the moment, but the interest is genuine, and Sene Lammens is open to a move. And it wouldn't surprise me after all of the clamour and noise around established replacements for Onana if they actually stick to their original plan and bring in a young goalkeeper, and that's where Lammens is still the one to watch.
I've got two. Oh shit! I've got two breaking newses right now. It's crazy. Look at this. I'm going to show you lot something already, and then we got Let me share my screen with you lot. Look at this. We got the boy Antony. It's just come out this now 7 minutes ago. So whilst we're on a video, we got two different things. Ben Jacobs has just come out and spoke. I'm going to let you lot see that as well. But look at this. My man saying Antony has rejected a move to Sao Paulo, Botafogo, and Saudi Arabia. He only wants Real Betis. This geezer is in love with Real Betis. He went there on one holiday and said, this is me. Man United want 30 million and not another loan. Personal terms are not a problem with Betis, but they want another loan. So they're just longing everything off. So Antony's just rejected a move to Botafogo, Sao Paulo, and Saudi. And we know that Saudi was in from. I just showed you the articles, etc. So we only want 30 million. So I don't know what's going on with this geezer, man. I don't know what he wants, bro. But yeah, he only wants Betis apparently because he's been there once, but Betis only want a loan. So they're going to try and wait to the end of the window. Oh, bro, it's just headache, bro. Because if he left, then we've got a bit of money there where we can do something. But the longer this geezer stays around, the longer it's just going to get long and long and long. So he's rejected a move. I don't know the source. I don't know if it's solidified, it's Stadio, where is that? Like that Spanish source or something. Mateo Moreto follows them, so they might be reliable, who knows? But I don't know. But it's saying that Antony has rejected, he's rejected it. This is what's going on right now. That's breaking news for you lot on the stream. It's crazy. And I've got another video from Ben Jacobs, who he's just on now, literally as we speak, on Give Me Sport, and he's talking about Sesko and this geezer. Who's this geezer called? Watkins. So I'm going to play that for you in a minute, but I just want to talk about this Antony thing. This Antony thing, what is he doing, man? This guy just loves Real Betis, bro. Oh, gosh. Neil thought about Gyökeres because Ruben was our manager at Sporting CP. How wrong was I? And he ended up at Arsenal. I don't know how to feel England. Highland will be good this season. Mate, much I hope he is. I hope. As I want Sesko will say that Watkins' ability to create chance for himself will be beneficial when Mbeumo and Ahmad are away at AFCON. Exactly. Lucky Singh, we know you don't like Sesko. He hates him. He hates him. I'm listening. Hey, Ben Jacob just came out and done a video and he said Wissa is refusing to play for he's refusing to play for what they called for Brentford now as well. He just said that as well, by the way. But I'm gonna play what he said about thing in a minute. But he said he's refusing. He's not even gonna play for Brentford no more. He wants to leave there so bad that he's refusing to play now. So, bro, it looks like Newcastle's gonna get him through the line then. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, hold on. Let me get this video for you lot because this is madness. I've never had breaking news for you lot like that. It's crazy. It's always someone else that will put in the chat and say, yo, Antony's refused this or something. I just literally, while the video was going on, I just said, let me see what's going on out here. I'm also a bit fed up with this Nazi narrative. He's another Hoyland. Remember, we have been tracking this guy. It's true. We have been tracking him for a minute. If Isaac has already gone and we have big money coming in and Sesko going Newcastle, Isaac's gone already. That's why you lot are going for Sesko. Because you know you're going to replace Isaac with him. It's true that Isaac turned down. Yeah, he did turn us. He just wasn't ready in it. So he loved it over there. You get it? Once I think, that was because, yeah, exactly. The development. I'll be honest with you, Watkins is class, very intelligent forward. I'll have him at Newcastle. If Newcastle don't get Sesko, then surely they don't sell Isaac without a replacement already. I think that's what they're waiting for. Because they're going for Sesko now. They even sold Isaac. They're talking about their bid now. Did you see what Fabrizio just said? Was you lot in the chat when I showed you what Fabrizio just said? They're ready to go now. They're ready to offer everyone money and go now. It's coming out on all the sites now. Look, he's rejected them. Let me show you. What was the link again? Time Tyne or something like that. Tyne of the mouth, was it? Yeah, there he is. Look, mouth of the tune. Look at this. Look at this. He's got a video from Fabrizio. Look at this, what he's saying. You don't have to hear the video. Just look at what these guys are saying. Newcastle are ready to go and pay what Leipzig want. They're ready to go and pay what Sesko wants. They're also ready to pay whatever Sesko's agents wants. This guy's in a different thing, bro. Newcastle are ready. They've been rejected so much time. They've just said, we can't be bothered now. We just need to pay whatever's got to be paid. Yeah, the big money thing, we can't compete with Aiden. Our only trump card is Vivel. Exactly. And that's what I'm going to show you in a minute. Vivel. Ben Jacobs is trying to think that Vivel is going to play a big part in this thing. So let me show you the video. But yeah, it's going mad, man. Newcastle's on a different thing. Antony. Kane will not leave Bayern. Oh, he's talking about Kane. Lucky. I think he's trying to make a point in it about Kane. Do our players know what flexibility actually means? Because it doesn't look like it. Newcastle needs a striker and people feel he's better. Why can't they just go for him? Why is he no other team interested in Watkins? Strange. I don't think he was on their list though. He was on their list. Watkins, Nico Jackson, their list was the same list that we had. I'll show you right now. Newcastle's main journalist is Craig Hope, him. And he put an article out and he said, so there's teams in for Watkins, but they just ain't gone in for him like that because they want Sesko more. He said, where did he say this? He said Sesko, Watkins, who else was in it? It might be down the line though, to be honest. But yeah, they Newcastle were in for him. They said if they don't get who they want in Sesko, they'll go for what Jackson, Wissa, or Watkins. So there's a few of them. They've got a few players on that list there. Where is it? Update on Wissa. Wissa's not going to play for Thing again, apparently. But I'm going to play the video any second now. Don't worry. I know you lot are wondering what's going on. Look, there we go. Look at that. Nicholas Jackson, Ollie Watkins, and Wissa, Benjamin Sesko are all on Newcastle striker shortlist. See? They're all on there. So Watkins is wanted, mate. Watkins is wanted, big man. Trust me. But that's if it goes left for them. Player power. Forget about Kane. He done after German. If Kane left Bayern, he would reject Spurs. Place in FIFA teams. Honestly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Ursula. He's a young lad, but a lot of potential. He needs a chance. That's what I was thinking. I saw him against Arsenal. I thought he looked all right. But let me play you the video of what Ben Jacobs just said on Give Me Sport. You lot are getting exclusive right now of Ben Jacobs. This is from Give Me Sport. If you want to go watch the full video, go watch it there. But he talks about loads of other teams. This is just what he just said about Man United.
But on Manchester United, they've narrowed down their list for now, at least, to two names. Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins. And Nicholas Jackson, not currently on the radar because the cost is too high. Could that change? Unlikely at the moment. Only scenario where it might is if Chelsea come calling for Alejandro Garnacho and Manchester United don't succeed with Sesko or Watkins. But for now, there's two names. And they're very different, which I think is fascinating because the direction they go in is going to show you a lot about this Manchester United project. If they go for Watkins, it will very much be because Ruben Amorim says, let's paper over the cracks in the next 2-3 years. Let's buy an older player, proven Premier League quality, and that ties in with Mbeumo and Cunha. If they go down the line of Sesko, it's a player that they tried for a year ago. He can give you 6 or 7 seasons for potentially, this is assuming both clubs are going to sell, a similar fee. But that's a project player. And that is driven by Christopher Vivell, effectively the number 2 to Jason Wilcox. I'm told at the moment that there is debate within Manchester United. They've got to get moving because Newcastle are pushing. But on Manchester United, they've narrowed down their list for now at least to 2 names. Benjamin Sesko and Ollie Watkins. And Nicholas Jackson, not currently on the radar because the cost is too high. Could that change? Unlikely at the moment. Only scenario where it might is if Chelsea come calling for Alejandro Garnacho and Manchester United don't succeed with Sesko or Watkins. But for now, there's two names. And they're very different, which I think is fascinating because the direction they go in is going to show you a lot about this Manchester United project. If they go for Watkins, it will very much be because Ruben Amorim says, let's paper over the cracks in the next 2-3 years. Let's buy an older player, proven Premier League quality, and that ties in with Mbeumo and Cunha. If they go down the line of Sesko, it's a player that they tried for a year ago. He can give you 6 or 7 seasons for potentially, this is assuming both clubs are going to sell, a similar fee. But that's a project player. And that is driven by Christopher Vivell, effectively the number 2 to Jason Wilcox. I'm told at the moment that there is debate within Manchester United. They're not aligned, which is healthy because you want to sort of argue it out before you place a bid. With Sesko, they've got to get moving because Newcastle are pushing. And I think there's a fair chance that Christopher Vivell wins this battle and Manchester United push and enter the race also for Benjamin Sesko. With Watkins, it's a little bit like Isak and Liverpool waiting. The only way you're going to get Watkins done is if 2 things happen. Number 1, the price drops because Manchester United will not do that deal at 60 million. And number 2, Aston Villa would have to find a replacement. And then we'll see if their not for sale stance changes and softens, and with it, the price drops. And that's where we're at the moment. So keep an eye on Manchester United and number 9 because it is expected to move in the coming weeks. If the window shuts and they don't have a number 9, that will be seen internally within Manchester United as a big failure.
So that's what he's just come out and said. And he said he's got breaking news, and then obviously he spoke about Whisper as well, etc. Fabrizio's done something where he's saying that we're on to Sesko. Bro, it's just going bananas, bro. I'm going to share my screen with you lot right now and show you lot. Fabrizio's talking some madness now. Remove that. Hold on. What's this thing jammed or something? Yeah, the thing's gone mad. It's just jammed now. I want to just chat to you lot. It's gone mad. I've tried to share my screen and it's just gone mental.
If they go for Watkins...
Why is it playing the video again? I don't want it to play the video. All right, cool. Let me share my screen now and show you lot. Yeah? What's going on here? Because Fabrizio's just come out and spoke. Let me get rid of this video so don't play again, yeah? I'm going to share my screen and show you lot right now. Man said, what we doing here? Sesko is rubbish. Yo, on to Sesko, big man. Leave Sesko alone, man. The Sesko Kings thing in the chat is going bananas. All right, let me share my screen now. Remove. Come on, man. It's moving slow, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Oh, cool. I'm going to show you that right now. This is what's come out about Fabrizio. Look, Man United had a direct contact with Leipzig in the last 48 hours to start concrete conversations about the Sesko deal details, with suggestions on a meeting taking place face-to-face in past few days. Is it in the past few days? Are you sure he's meant to say few days? Suggestions on a meeting taking place in the next few days, not past. Suggestions. Why would they have suggestions on something to take place in the past? That's got to be wrong. Surely he's put that wrong. But yeah, we're into this. Yeah, see, look, he's quoted it better. Meeting in the next couple of days, in the coming days. Man said past few days. So yeah, that's certified. That's just come out about from Fabrizio Romano on this same Give Me Sport that I was just showing you, what Ben Jacobs came out and said. So, bro, it's all going off, man. It seems that we're really, really in for Sesko too, man. We're really in for him. Bring me Sesko. Thames Gun thinks he's playing FIFA. He thinks he's playing FIFA. I tell him all the time. Every time he comes in here, he goes mad. Sesko and Watkins will be needed at Man U, not Jackson. Jackson's a myth. Forget about him. United quit debating over this. Make Sesko our top target. Go all in for him. If you choose Newcastle, then switch to Watkins. Everyone's split, man. What's needed in Manchester is a miracle. Ha ha ha. This geezer's funny. Let me see. Who do you support, Paul? Who do you support? Watkins is way better than Sesko. Come on, Vivell. You need to convince Wilcox. We need to go for Sesko. The Sesko thing's good. Look, we've got a throw in here. Look, I want to know who you support. Sesko would have no ambition at United. 5-0 to Arsenal incoming. Do you support Arsenal? Just let me know. I'm going to block you soon, probably. But let me find out who you support first so we can talk a little bit. Get Donnarumma in and Sesko, the bet off for Man U. It's proper split over here. Wissa is very tidy and clever playing. Ben Jacobs just said Wissa is not going to train in nothing. He's fully not going to train in nothing. We aren't paying Donnarumma's wages. Yeah, it's not happening. Forget about that. We're only saying players. I'm with Wilcox. You hate Sesko. I know it. Man United, please sign Sesko. It's crazy. It is going mad. Watkins is currently valued at what price? They're saying 60 million, but we're saying we can get him for 45. We reckon we'll get him for 45, but they're saying 60 million. And Ben Jacobs came out and said 40 million may be enough. And look, this is what Laurie Whitwell's come out and said on the Stretford paddock. He said, Aston Villa saying he's not for sale doesn't mean he's not for sale. Liverpool said the same thing about Luis Diaz, and they've already agreed a deal for him. It just sets the perimeters for negotiations at the top end. So all they're basically saying is, bro, just come and give us as much money as we want for him. Give us the top. So don't come to us with no 45. Come to us with a 60 or 50, and then we'll let him go. Do you understand? So that's all they're basically saying. So that's Laurie Whitwell, very reliable. And then this is the same thing I just showed you. Look, Fabrizio's just come out and said United held direct contacts with Leipzig in the past 48 hours to start concrete talks regarding the Sesko deal. There are suggestions there will be a face-to-face meeting in the coming days. So, yeah, that's what Fabrizio's just said on Give Me Sport. So we're going to see how this one plays out, man. We're going to see how this one plays out. It's a weird one. No way. What, is Newcastle losing again? Newcastle playing right now and losing, yeah? What do you mean they're celebrating against you lot? Aiden, you didn't tell me that Newcastle are losing. Is Newcastle playing right now and losing, bro? Is that what's going on? Missed the first half. How did we play? Oh, my days. Is Newcastle playing and losing to a Hong Kong team after you lost 4-0 to Celtic already? 1-0. Are you being serious, bro? After you already lost 4-0 to a Hong Kong team. There's no way this is what's going on here. Foot mob. Aiden, how you in the chat and you're not letting me know that you lot are losing, bro? What's going on? What's going on, Aiden, man? Let me check this. We need to check this. Because remember, guys, Newcastle lost 4-0 to Celtic. So let's see what's really going on, if it's true or not. If there's really, because I see that 1-0 thing, but I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Let's share the screen. Where is it? At the stage. Go on. Hey, let me zoom in, car. I know you lot probably can't see it properly. Let's zoom in a little bit more and just check this thing. So, boom. Cool, that's that. Club friendlies. Newcastle are losing. Liverpool are winning 2-1. Let's see who scored over there. Yo, Cole Hammer. It's that Treyu, the young boy. So they were losing. Liverpool were losing as well at first, but they're winning now. Newcastle lost 4-0 to Celtic, lost 3-2 to Arsenal, and are now losing 1-0 to K-League All-Stars. What is going on with Newcastle this season, man? What is happening with them? Everyone's rejected them. Onto them. They don't even want me to click onto them. Look, I'm clicking 100 times. It's not even letting me click onto it. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. This is peak. Yeah. Paul, you're gone, man. You had your time. You had your little 5 minutes of fame, man. I'll see you in a bit, bro. We had Harry Kane go to Bayern. I said this. I've been saying this. I've been using this example. We let Harry Kane go to Bayern and sign Højlund. Now we're confused. What you're saying ain't making no sense. Now we're confused. We'll buy Watkins, let Sesko go, and Sesko will be a hit wherever he goes. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We wanted Harry Kane, but we went and got Højlund instead. So I think, are we missing out with Watkins though? Is it the same thing? I kind of get Whistle though. This is the only chance for him to play a big club after this. He won't get any more if he stays. Exactly. I don't mind him going, but he's saying he's never going to train for them, which is crazy. That's mad. But look at this though. Look at this about Newcastle though. Let me show you how look, they've lost their last 4 games. This team hasn't kept a clean sheet in their last 5. Let's look at Newcastle's pre-season. For those that don't know, it's been mad for them. Look at them. They've lost 4-0 to Celtic, lost 3-2 to Arsenal, and they're losing to K-League All-Stars right now. They've made 1 signing, which is Alanga. Bro, it might be dark for them, you know, and they've got Champions League as well. Isaac's about to leave. Say Sesko disses them and says, nah. What happens then? And then they've got Tottenham next on the 3rd. And their first game in the Prem is against Aston Villa. Might be dark for them, you know. Might actually be dark for them still. But yeah, my peoples, man. That's more or less it, man. I've wrapped up the show now. We've got the Sesko news. Obviously, I've showed you lot. Ben Jacobs come out and spoke. 50 million for Watkins might do it. We have to move for Sesko right now if we want him. Newcastle are obviously saying they'll pay the agents wherever they want. They'll pay anyone wherever they want. So they're in the lead, bro. But it's if Sesko wants United, it can happen. So we'll see. But Newcastle are ready to pay whatever it takes to the agent, to Sesko, and to Leipzig. Garnacho is apparently at 30 million now. Donnarumma, we're favourites. I don't know how true that is. We've been linked with him for a couple of days now. Blah, blah, blah. Garnacho's waiting on Chelsea, but there's a lot of clubs in for him. And Chelsea want Garnacho and they want Simmons. They don't just want one, they want both. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we got the more news. We'll link to Colo Moani, which I told you that was probably bullshit. We'll link to Hayden Hackney. I told you that it was probably rubbish. And that's what's happened. Højlund, Gas, 50 million. Apparently we bidded for him. We ain't heard nothing about it. That happened yesterday in the morning. Obviously, I told you that I felt sorry for Newcastle. That's why they're paying everything they want, because obviously they've had it kind of rough. And then these are just the stats of Watkins and Sesko. I think, honestly, Whistle would be best at Newcastle with the players that's running his pace. Yeah, 100%. But, bro, Aiden, I know you want to go watch the game as well. You lot are losing right now. I hope you lot can pull it back. But, yeah, my people, man, I'll be back on later. Hopefully we get a little bomber, something new or something more with this situation. So all of you lot, please hit the like button on your way out. The likes are not adding up, mate. Without how much people that's been in there, it's not adding up. You lot, all my peoples, Metric community, hit the like button on your way out. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Peace, my peoples. Everyone have a great day.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm